Welcome to Lab 4.3, Part 2. Yesterday we looked at creating a list of names, and then we said hello to each one of them, and then we said hello to all of them at once. Today, we're going to write a script that says every other name in the list that we just made, and then we're going to say all the names in reverse order. And then, using these keys, when we press the 1 key, we're going to say all the names that have more than 4 letters, all the names that start with letter C. When we press 3, end in the letter Y, and so forth and so on. So in order to do part 2, number 1, we want to, when the space bar is pressed, use the same list, and we're going to say every other name. So let's do that. First, when the space bar is pressed, so we got this key. And then we want to do the same thing, except just say every other name. So let's actually copy or duplicate everything that we did from set counter to 1. And we want to do every other name. When we change, okay, what's going on here is I'm setting the counter to 1, and I want the counter, it starts at 1, and it goes up by 1 each time. Look, change counter by 1, it means it goes to 2, then 3, then 4, every time I go through the loop. And it stops, and it will keep repeating until the counter is equal to the length of the list, plus 1. Okay? So, instead of counting by 1, let's just count by 2 and see what happens. So now if I press spacebar, hello Stephen, hello Renee, hello. Okay. Let's try that again. Hello Stephen, hello Renee. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when we press spacebar, it says hello Stephen, hello Malachi, hello Renee, and Stephen, Malachi, Renee. Okay, that's great. It says every other one. So now, and we did that by changing the counter by 2s. That makes sense. Now we want to do it in reverse order. So we want to start at the end of the list at Eric and start saying their names in back order. Now, instead of starting my counter at 1, let's start the counter at the length of the names. And then we'll change the counter by -1 each time. So let's duplicate this whole thing again. Right here. And instead of spacebar, we're going to use, let's say we'll use the letter 8. And we want the counter to be started at the length of names. So we're going to start it there. So the counter is starting at length of names, so it's going to start at Eric. And let's see. And we want the counter to go down every time by 1. And let's see, repeat until the counter is equal to, let's say, 0. And that should go in reverse order. Let's see how that works. If I press 8, Eric, Renee, O. Benson, Malachi, Paul, and Stephen. Excellent. Let's stop right there. Okay, now we want to look at this part. Write scripts so that each of the following keys is pressed. The corresponding subset of names from the list is said one at a time. So when the 1 key is pressed, I want to say all the names that have more than 4 letters. Okay, we have to figure out how many letters are in each word. So in operators, there's actually a special block, look, length of word. So if I say length of, I want to duplicate this thing. If the length of the name or the name in the list of names is more than 4, right? So the way to say that is greater than 4. So I'll put that in there. So we want to say if this is true. So if this is true, then we want to say this. So actually, let's duplicate the whole thing again. I'll put it right down here. And when the 9 key is pressed, let's say, it was supposed to be the 1. It's okay though. So I'm going to put this right in here. And if this is true, then I want to say hello to the person. And after it's done, I want to change by 1. Let's see, and we'll get the original counter. So counter, let's duplicate this. Bring it down. And so what this does, oh, it's too much. We want to get this. Okay, so, and we set the counter to, start the counter at 1. So we set the counter at 1, we're going to repeat until the end, and if the length of the name is greater than 4, I want you to say it. So let's press 9. Whoops. If I press 9, hello Stephen, hello Malachi, hello Benson. Let's see, I think those are the only 3 words greater than 4. So Paul, Renee, and Eric, they all have names that are exactly 4, but they're not greater than 4. So that worked. Good. And what is our next thing we need to do? Start with letter C. Okay, I'll do this one, but you need to end with letter Y. So to start with letter C, let's see what happens there. We should probably copy the whole thing again. We'll make this 7 this time. And there's probably in operators. So the letter word, okay, here we go. So the first letter of the word. So instead of length of, let's get rid of this. So if letter 1 of the word, if that is equal to C. If it's equal to C, then we want to say it, right? So we need an equal sign. Get rid of this. So if this is equal to C, do I even have a person? All right, let's, they're all the same. Let's just say O, Benson. If it's equal to O, and we'll put it in there. Then say the name. So if I press 7, only Obenson's name should come up. Let's see. Something went wrong. Set counter to 1. If letter 1 is equal to O, what if it was a capital O? That may be our issue. Oh, hello, Benson. Okay, make sure you make it capital, whatever you're going to start with. Okay, I did that one. I want you to do this one, and this one, and this one on your own. Okay, actually just do 3 and 4. You don't have to do 5. Okay? Happy coding.